experts say teens need 8 to 10 hours of sleep each night. Fact, their circadian rhythms shift about 2 hours later in the day, preventing them from falling asleep before 11 p.m. Fact, 11 p.m. plus 9 hours of sleep equals an 8 a.m. wake time, which for most adolescents is optimal. The math is simple. Middle and high schools that start before 8:30 prevent most adolescents from getting the sleep they need.
Adolescent biology is in conflict with early start times.
If you go to Canada, if you go to Australia, if you go to Britain, you do not see teens having the same degree of sleep problems as you do in the States, and there's a very simple reason for that. They start school later, period.
In April 2017, world experts convened in the nation's capital. The topic?
This whole topic of school start times is not really about school start times, it's about chronic sleep deprivation.
To me, it's a moral issue. Do we have the right to do something that is going to increase the risk of cancer, heart disease, diabetes, obesity on an entire generation of youth? I don't think so.
Things like obesity, car accidents, academic achievement, depression, increased risk of suicide.
Driving on 2 to 3 hours of sleep less than recommended results in a level of driving impairment that by some measures is comparable to driving while intoxicated by alcohol.
When we studied adolescents who were getting 7 hours of sleep a night at 8:30 in the morning, they were down there in that desperate zone of falling asleep.
We now have multiple studies with cause and effect findings showing that short sleep causes teenagers to be mentally slower, less able to learn, especially when they're cramming, less able to juggle multiple bits of information at once.
It's our teenagers themselves that know, are crystal clear, that they know that when they get an inadequate amount of sleep, they're not able to do their best in school.
And we have to stop talking about it as a transportation issue. It is not a transportation issue, it is a student health issue.
In what planet would we do this to our children?
This problem was created by adults and should be solved by adults.
We're moving from asking, should we do it, to how do we do it?
Every obstacle that you run into can be overcome. Their whole motto was, if it's good for kids, we're going to do it.
The fundamental challenge is not the science, it's the politics.
The best politics are when you do the right thing for the right reason.
I'm telling you, if we could do it in Fairfax, anybody can do it. It was one of the most complex systems there is in the country.
Do the later start times work? The answer is yes. We have statistically significant improvement in attendance, reduced tardiness, and grades earned.
It works. Kids came to school happier. We had more parents tell me that I got my kid back.
There is significantly less depression. There's less substance use, and there are fewer car crashes.
The bottom line, it's worth it. It takes courage, it takes determination, and it takes a willpower to say the greater good is the good of the kids.
At the end of the day, to do nothing is to do harm. To do nothing is to do harm.
That was just the tip of the iceberg. For the must-see, in-depth presentations on each topic by these leading experts, go to www.schoolstarttimeconference.org.